Sadia Khan. She is allegedly the side piece to a high value man. Does being a side chick to a high value man also make you a high value side piece?
So let me get this straight. He still gets to be high value, but because she's a side piece, she can't be? I mean, I don't know.
To me, if you're the side chick, you obviously not high value enough to take the number one position of wife.
That mentality that women have that there can only be one is the reason y'all not winning.
She is not an employee. She is a contractor. The wife is the employee. That's how that goes. Sadia Khan, she wishes we would just leave her alone. She is, in case you haven't heard, caught up in quite a bit of a scandal right now. She is allegedly the side piece to a high value man in Dubai, and he is engaged, and his soon-to-be wife is her and the Saudi are beefing back and forth. There's a 22-minute call with them going back and forth with each other, and Saudi is crashing out a little bit, and she's, of course, a very famous podcaster, psychologist, gives a lot of dating advice, a lot of relationship advice, how to get a high-value woman, how to be one. So the question is, does her being a side chick kind of taint her relationship advice that she gives to not just women, but to men also? Because, look, be honest, her target audience is mostly men. She's very easy on the eyes, and she has a British accent, which I'm very susceptible to. So does being a side chick to a high value man also make you a high value side piece?
Oh, so I gotta speak on this because we talked about it in pre-pro. And I was really excited to talk about it because I think we're looking at this all entirely the wrong way. Because so if her conversation is about knowing high value men and what they desire, I think being a side piece to one qualifies. And in fact, if you really think about it, she has a vantage point that even the wife doesn't. Let me tell you why. Because in many cases, a side piece obviously knows about the wife and knows the areas with which the wife is failing in the relationship, hence her existence. Hmm? Or maybe she just understands that certain men are going to have a predilection for that side thing. And so maybe there's nothing wrong with the wife, but she serves a different position and she has the vantage point of not, like I said, seeing both situations. So why would she not be able to advise women, maybe women who aspire to be wives? Hey, here's the things that you should be because, hey, low key, the ones who aren't that got me there being that for him. So I think, people want to do these gotcha moments because, hey, you're a side piece. That means you're not high value. I don't believe that. There is a such thing as high value side pieces. In fact, some of them serve relationships in God in ways that some of y'all high value women don't even understand, right? Because y'all wouldn't be high value without the relationship with which you pin that value on. And some of y'all are only in that relationship, you guessed it, because of that side piece. You know what I'm saying? It's like the person who has a job and they can do about 70% of it. You got to bring somebody else in, you know what I'm saying, to effectively do the other 30%. Now, if you're a high value person, and let's say you got a high value wife, what you gonna do? Go out there and get you a non-high value side piece? That don't even make sense, right? I mean, if everything in your life is of value, why would your side piece be of value? So I do get that people want to have these gotcha moments. A lot of people probably hating on her because maybe they feel like she had a pick-me-ish type of conversation. So, hey, let's get you here. And yes, she was out of her body a little bit. But listen, when you live the side piece life, there's a risk of having that conversation with the wife. There's a risk of certain things. Right? I mean, she's doing God's work, and sometimes it comes with risk, right? And so I understand that everybody's getting off on that, but I don't think that takes away from the fact that she is uniquely positioned to not only be with, find, cultivate relationships with high value men. So yeah, I think that gives her credibility, right? And then the fact that she's a side piece, did she say anything against side pieces? Did she say that you can't be high value and a side piece? Right? And here's the catch up for the fellas,
Nothing I
right?
could find, by the way. Nothing I
Right?
could find.
But think about this, right? Like, so does the high value man still get to be high value if he has a side piece? So let me get this straight. He still gets to be high value, but because she's a side piece, she can't be? I mean, I don't know. I feel like just off the strength of him, you know what I'm saying? She might be able to lean on some of that high value, just like the wife. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go, man, before I keep the party going. Okay.
S&M, you want to stay there for your side? You want to
S&M,
speak for
I
women?
can
Because I feel like
feel
it's going to
it.
be one
Just
I
side
was
of
gonna
S&M.
jump in because I
Okay.
was like, Nick, you are on a roll today. Because first of all, you can't be a high value side chick. You can't be the backup plan and consider yourself the prize. Because basically, she's saying these high value women are supposed to be the prizes to these high value men. So if she's claiming to be the
I
prize
haven't heard that from
herself,
her. I have not heard the conversation from her is that men are the prize, low key. Correct me if I'm wrong.
well,
I'm
so
not the
she
best
do.
expert.
So I haven't
That's a
watched a
fact.
lot of stuff. So I will say that she do believe that the men are the prize, but she's also
Exactly.
stating how women should be high value to these men, right? So this is what I would say is this. To me, if you're the side chick, you obviously not high value enough to take the number one position of wife, unless you're planning on becoming the wife number two, because you say he's a Saudi, so maybe there's opportunities for her to be wife number two. And if so, then kudos to her. She's working on her position and her role to be wife number two. Kudos. If they in a poly, but which apparently is not the case, because apparently there was back and forth between the wife and her. So that's not the case. But if it is, hey, kudos to her. She played her position. She played a role, and she may get the ring or whatever she want from it, because at the end of the day, it just makes her a transactional person as well. It's once again, it makes her transactional until she gets some value out the relationship itself. She's transactional. My issue is that she's telling these women that to be high value, you need to have XYZ, present yourself XYZ. And you're right. She may know that because she's telling them how to attract high value men. But at the same time, I feel like that's not how she portrayed herself itself. Like on the show, the little clips that I watched of her, she didn't portray herself as the side chick, right?
That's
And
cap.
then to find
That's
out
cap.
that I don't think she portrayed herself
That's
as the
cap.
side chick.
First
What?
off,
And no.
How would
how do you
somebody?
thank you.
Go ahead,
Portray
Dre. Go ahead.
yourself.
Because
How do you
first
portray
of all, you
yourself
got
as a
whole
side chick?
songs, because
Is
you
there a
got whole
T-shirt?
songs. Yes, you have whole songs talking about I'm the side chick. You have folks talking about you can have him Monday through Thursday, and I got him on the weekend.
You're
So
expecting her
as
to do
Listen,
mocha stuff as part of
I'm
her
just saying this,
delivery?
yeah,
I'm just saying,
That
look,
What
sounds
the
very
hell?
low value, actually.
look,
and
I'm
scissor.
just
That
saying
sounds
to
very
me,
ghetto.
she
Very
her
ghetto.
I'm just saying, like she's presenting one way, saying one thing, and then
That's
in
cap.
reality, it's not. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are the same people who's clowning Dr. Cheyenne Bryan for having situationships. So how you can
First
clown
off,
Dr. Cheyenne Bryan, but you can't clown this woman for being an
because
influencer saying
I can
something
explain
that's
that.
similar? I am interested in hearing.
yes. Okay,
Please feel free. I'm
here's the first
interested in
dose.
hearing.
Here's the first dose of explanation. So who she is a woman who is telling people how to be high value. Some say she's telling women, some say she's telling men. But her message is be how to be high value, or more specifically, how high value people move. She is doing this at the side of a dude who is some big shot in Dubai, which is where high value people tend to hang out. So maybe she has a little bit of credibility for knowing how high value people move. Okay. Now, so in her, I don't see no contradiction in her message yet. All right. So now then, if you look more in the story, what happens is the dude's fiance gets wind of the text messages between them, and she starts clapping off at Khan. And Khan's like, look, I can have your man anytime. Right? I can have any man I wanted to in this place anytime. She said, I don't, basically, I don't want your man, but I could take your man if I wanted your man. That's what she
She said, I
said.
could have him on
You know
your
what I'm saying?
wedding day.
That's what she said. Any time, any place is what she said. Right? And the lady took some offense to that. Now, she didn't say she was a side chick. What she said was, I'm so high value, I could be the side chick in an instant, and you couldn't do nothing about it. Now, so let's talk about what a high value side chick is. There is such a thing as a high value side chick, because just because you're on the side doesn't mean you don't have value. What about think about all the championships the Bulls won. All right, you talk about Michael Jordan, but you need a Steve Kerr. You need a John Paxton. You need a BJ Armstrong. You need somebody out there on the key you can kick the ball to, can hit that three that really wins the championship. Okay? So while everybody's trying to be Jordan, you can be Jordan, but if you're the only person on the team, you look more like LeBron. I'm gonna stop there because we're in a sports show. Here's what I'm saying. That mentality that women have that there can only be one is the reason y'all not winning. Because y'all too busy tripping each other up. That's what I'm saying. She should have been like, who? Thanks for for whatever you're doing to make my man as fire as he is, and say he's about to be my man. We about to get married. Thank you. You making our man great. Our man is doing big things. I can't wait till we go on a trip with our man, because for whatever's happened, whether she's sharing him or not, they were winning till the wife got, or the fiance got all catty, and now we all on the internet. So no, she's high value because she's still playing her part. She's not putting that dude business out in the street. She's still doing her job. She's bringing in income. She's working the game. I salute her. It's side chicks. You want to be high value? Don't be petty like the fiance. Don't be all messy. Okay, have your hustle, do your grind, and play your position. Play it well. That makes you high value. Go ahead.
I got to push back on S&M before
I have
S&M go
pushback
in depth.
too.
Yeah.
Oh no, well, no, because you're saying that she presented herself as da 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 da. No, she was just cute and professional looking and spoke with a very soft presentation. That's all it was. Whatever we throw on people because of how they present is on us. So she could have been a hoe the entire time, but she might have been like a sophisticated hoe who was getting off this shit. Now, unless you can, I think that's really what it is. If y'all wanted to find a reason, low key, to hate on her for a certain reason, because it's like, oh, look at how she just carried herself.
She thinks she
all
cute.
of a sudden, she was a side piece. Ha ha ha, bitch, you wasn't all that. That's really what it be sometimes if we gonna keep it a thou out, because most guys, we probably don't give a fuck about whether or not she was a side piece or otherwise. In fact, really, girl, get out there to help some of the rest of these side pieces who are not doing it correctly. This is still a market for that.
Yes.
We need to bring back side pieces, okay? Because for far too long, they have been shamed. And here they go, shaming this woman for being a side piece, but not for the fact that she's attractive and she's giving out great advice on how women and men can be and meet and have value. That's some bullshit, man. Go ahead, Delvin, man.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I want to jump in and do some pushback on all of this. So first of all, this is like being the employee of the month, but you ain't got no goddamn benefits. In her case, she said she's cool with not having benefits because she already stated that she can take the man anyways, regardless, and she don't necessarily want him. Okay, cool. But what about the side chicks that's trying to get the benefits? So what's the point of being the employee of the month if you don't got no goddamn benefits from your position? And
if you knew your job,
so
you would know what benefits come with it. If you knew your job, then
so
you play your position.
So I think in this particular case, you guys just got done talking about how folks are always putting themselves in positions that they're not necessarily in. So if we're going to talk to the regular old side chicks, then they're not in the position that she's in. So therefore, I'm just saying that this just seems like bullshit to me off the rip. So you guys are selective. You're 100% selective in who you encourage, who you uplift when it comes to the women and how they present themselves, because it benefits you. And the minute it stops benefiting you, that's when you have an issue. The minute you called out about it, that's when you have an issue. As a matter of fact, I will even go on record and say the fact that we call her side chick was to devalue her right there and immediately. So I would go on record and admit that by calling her side chick, which is a term that I don't know who came up with, we immediately sought to devalue her by calling her that. Because we could have just called her, hey, the mistress. We could have just called her whatever.
No.
But the fact that it was side chick, it was meant to devalue her. So I will go on record and acknowledge that part. But what I'm going to say is, for you guys, ain't y'all part of the side dude delegation?
That was me.
Don't you have vested interest to support this shit? I'm just saying. And the whole there can only be one mentality. I don't have a problem. Like I said, the way I look at it is that if you're going to be on the team, then everybody on the team should know they're on the team. Give them the option to be on the team. If you're going to be a person, i.e. this is your team, then give people the option to be on the team. Obviously, the fiance wasn't aware that she was a team player. Give her the option to be the team player. Now she can decide, hey, yo, this side chick is helping my marriage. Hey, this side chick, hey, you're right. I'm a team player. Let's roll with this because they want the lifestyle or they want the clout or whatever, and fuck the respect, because who the hell needs respect as a woman, even though we're told that we need to respect ourselves and we need to do XYZ to be XYA, whatever the hell. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just pushing back on the fact that you guys are kind of uplifting this, but we're supposed to be a marriage-minded podcast, right? And based on how we all talked about how marriage-minded could be different values, different levels, having that conversation, that negotiation, then why the hell he ain't negotiate with his fiance?
We just talked about how side chicks can save marriages. Go ahead, Delvin.
Why? But once again, you're only talking about the side chick. I'm asking, why didn't he, because you also talk about the negotiation, why didn't he negotiate with his wife that he have this side chick? Where's the negotiation there?
That's a fair criticism, and I have no pushback on you. If you're really this top dog, high value guy, and you're afraid to tell your fiance or wife what it is, that's weird. I can't get down with that. Don't disagree with you. However, she is not an employee. She is a contractor.
She's a 1099.
You get 1099. You got to provide your own benefits. And if everything goes right, we might rehire you again for another contract. We may extend the contract. You're a contract worker. The wife is the employee. Okay, that's how that goes. So the analogy was a little off, but I see where you were trying to go with it. And Nick, also put in the DLC dictionary. We will no longer call them side chicks. We will call them marriage assistants. That's what we want, marriage assistants.
I
I
concur.
felt like S&M was doing a lot of reaching to like form an argument here. It was like, I just trying to pull everything. And if you feel this way about marriage, you should. I was like, girl, what does that have to do with what we're talking about here, right? Now, listen, I'm married by any means, right? And what I'm just trying to say is that there's a lot of times where, marriages are assisted by side chicks, right? And I feel like, one of the reasons why I push back on these some of these ideas is because it's like once we take hold of them, it's hard to see beyond that, right? So if we just think that, oh, because you are a side chick, you're not high value, I just don't think that's a worthy thing to hold on to, because why not? Then you have to ask yourself, I feel like you have to bend yourself or stretch yourself or put yourself in a pretzel to try to reach for a reason why a woman may not be high value just because she's on the side. Right? Assuming, let's say they all know of what's going on and she's doing a great service and she ain't fucking everybody. Her body count is mad low, right? She makes her own money. She's very attractive. Like, she's not valuable. Like, maybe we should define what valuable is. And to be honest, S&M, you say, well, guys, when it's up to you and it benefits, who's the person placing the value? Who is the person? You think it's you placing the value? You think it's the fiance placing the value? Absolutely not.
No, it
It's
is
us.
me.
It's us as men. We reserve the right to place value on side chicks. We get it. Y'all not gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all like competition anyway. But the point is,
The wife will be like, I assess your side chick as low value.
Yeah. And here's what gets me. And here's a funny thing, right? If a man cheats and he cheats with a chick who is high value, that woman is less likely to leave. Let me say that again. If a man, you almost low-key would know she's high value if she stay. You know what I'm saying?
Or she stayed because she got kids.
Because
or
he is
because
not
she's supposed to
gonna
finance
let
it.
no better bitch take her man. Okay,
That's a fact.
Come
And
on,
look, here's
man.
the thing to S&M.
Why? Hold on.
She's a fiance. She could leave right now,
And she's
clean,
not. You
and
know
she's
why?
not.
You know
Because she's
why?
fighting for it. Just like you say, women don't like competition. She's fighting for her man.
Because
Wait,
she
does
sees
that
the
make her a side chick?
value in the other woman. That's why.
Lord
Sorry
have
to pull that Trump card on you, S&M, but y'all will tell on yourselves in regard. And here's what's fucked up for men. If you cheat down, she might hold that against you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, low key, you got to cheat up just to kind of, have a little leverage still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And apparently he did that, right? So I'm going to push back on you guys, right? Because this idea that men got to do it your way, I'm going to push back on that too. Okay? Men have been lying, have been withholding the truth, have been out here cheating successfully for years. And for y'all to bring in your morals while claiming you don't do a thing, how, Sway? Right? If you ain't got to cheat, kudos to you, my guy. Okay? I'm either saying, okay, if that's the right word. But this brother, Khan's old boy, he's living his best life. Who are we to judge him?
He's sitting
Judge
back
not,
watching his laugh.
lest ye be judged.
Not biblical. We didn't get biblical.
But you know what's funny?
I hope not, considering in the Bible say thou shalt not commit adultery or fornication. So hopefully we're not getting
Are we
biblical.
doing? If we're doing Bible scripture, the wedding bed is undefiled.
They're not married.
Oh, then that's not even adultery. Ooh,
It's fornication, which is
well,
also if we're talking about the Bible.
You're right. That's different. It is.
Dang.
I
Now, if you
mean,
get married and then have sex with other people.
and listen, all fun aside, because I feel like we kind of got it lost in the sauce here. But I think you brought up Cheyenne Bryant this episode or maybe previous episodes. There is a larger question, though. So I think we can agree, or most of us can agree, that she probably has enough experience to where she can be credible for the topics that she speak on, for the most part, right? Maybe there's some areas that maybe it's questionable. I'll give you some of that S&M just because you're my sister and I love you. But in truth, we can maybe land there.